Good evening, everyone. I hope you are all doing well. And thank you so much for taking out time and join our fifth product updates webinar. We truly appreciate your continued support and the feedback, as many of the improvement you will see today are based directly on the suggestions and challenges shared by our customers. So today we will be walking through some new excited enhancements that are designed to help your team work faster. It will reduce the manual effort, improve the visibility, and streamline day-to-day operation across the platform. So let's get started. All right. So before we begin, let me quickly go through a few housekeeping points. If you have any question during the webinar, please feel free to ask them in the comment section. Our team will be actively monitoring the chat and will do best answer of your question during the session. And if you are unable to address all question immediately, don't worry. We will be also follow up through your WhatsApp support group after the webinar. And as always, the webinar recording will be shared with everyone once the session is completed. Let's come to the today's webinar point. We will be covering important updates such as bulk payment clearance, installment details pop-up page, customer payment preference, multi-month report download, sales plus ops, admin activity tracking, accounting account merge, CAD metric pricing sheet system. So together, these enhancements help you to reduce your manual work. It will improve the visibility and help you to manage large volume of business without increasing any extra effort. So with that, let's jump into our first update, which is bulk payment clearance. Okay, so earlier, when making supplier payments, user had to open each trip, each service individually to record and verify the payments. For an example, if you have 20 services across 5 trips with the total payment amount would be like 2.5 lakh, and the actual payment was made in a single transaction. However, inside the system, user had to open each trip, each service individually to log and verify the payments. This process was time consuming and involved a lots of manual effort. Based on customer feedback, we have now introduced the bulk payment clearance. These features allow you to clear multiple payments for a supplier in a single transaction. Now let's see how this is work. Okay, so first of all, you have to log in with your Sembark account, and then inside the outgoing payment section, here you will find out the log multiple option. So when you click here, so first of all, we have to choose like from whom to we are making a payment. In my case, we are making a payment to the suppliers, and then you can select the supplier services. So let's say I just wanted to make all the transaction, all the payments to this Thailand transport provider. I simply select that provider. Then I will select the currency. And you can also select like if you want to make the cabs only payment, activity and tickets only payment. So these two section is you can select it from here, and accordingly all the installment will be fetched. The next section is due between. So inside the due between, you can select the range. Let's suppose you want to clear a 1 month payment. So you can select that range from here. In my case, let's suppose I just wanted to clear all the payment which is due in June month only. And then we can select destination and then just click on next. So as you can see here, all the installment that I have paid to that supplier, it's shown, it's visible here. So I just simply click on the select all, and this is the total payable amount that I have paid to this vendor. Then I just click on the next, and from here we can select the bank account from which account we need to make the transaction, and then you can select the paid on date, paid on time. And if you want to make a partial payment, let's suppose you don't want to clear all the payment, you just wanted to clear 1 lakh or the custom amount basically. So in that case, you can use this option, the partial payment one. And then in this reference ID, you can just type any reference ID number. which in case, and then you have to type the amount. Basically, that's the total amount. You have to type in the confirmation section the same thing. As you can see here, this is the total amount that I have to pay, and in the confirmation number also, I have to type the same amount here. Once you save it, all the transaction will be logged individually. All the transaction will be logged, and you will see a single installment. And then when you go inside the paid section or in unverified section, you will find out that particular installment. So as you can see here, this is the transaction ID I have added, and that's all installments are paid in a one click only. So instead of opening one trip and logging payments one by one, now you can process all eligible payments in one shot. It will save your time, reduce the manual effort, and making payment management much more efficient. So let's move to our next update, which is the installment details page. Okay. So earlier, important information such as payment status, contact details, comments, transaction are available, but like it's separate across different sections. To make this process simpler, we have completely redesigned the installment details pop-up page with a very clear layout. It will give you all the information in a single page. So now let's see how that's work. So for that, whenever you go uh, inside the installment page, and in my case, I just opening any random trip ID, and then in the accounting section, let's suppose this is the one. Just next to the verified, you have these four arrows. When you click here, you will see this page. So previously, all the information was like in a different pages. Now we have bring all the information in this single page. You can see the comments, transaction, when the transaction was made, activities, who logged the payment, like who unverified it, who generated the payment receipt. All these things you can easily find out in this section. So yeah, that's our second update enhancement. Now let's jump into our third update, which is customer payment preference. Okay, so earlier, whenever a sales team converted a package, they had to manually decide how much payment should be divided into installment. As a result, every time a package was converted, the team had to manually calculate, okay, how much should be collect at the first installment, whether any special payment terms should be applied on this case. So now imagine, as a company, you have processing hundreds of booking every month, and different package value may have a different payment terms. And some companies wants the uh, full flight amount in a single installment or maybe in first installment. So managing all these scenarios manually was time consuming and could easily lead to a calculation mistake. To solve this challenge, now we have introduced the customer payment preference. With this feature, you can define your payment rules or condition once and the system will automatically apply them whenever the package is converted. And so let's see how that's work. So for that, first of all, you have to log in your account and then go to the organization section. Here you will find out customer payment preferences. So first of all, let me just tell you how that's work. So you have to click on add new and then you have to define the condition. As per my company policies, payment policies, we have a very simple thing like the amount range. So I just simply select the package amount range and then I just select the greater than. And here, let's suppose I have typed 10,000 rupees. So whenever a package greater than 10,000 is converted, these condition will be applied automatically. Okay. So now let's go to the next section, which is the installment breakdown. So I want all the flight total cost should be included automatically in the first installment. So that's the reason I have select this checkbox. Then we have the reference event. So in the reference event, I have just simply select the trip conversion. Let's suppose in the trip conversion, I need 50% amount, or let's say 40% amount. And before the trip get started, before the 10 days, so you can just type -10 here. Based on that, the rule set will automatically apply. I need the 60% amount. Now you just simply save the preference. Okay, so as you can see here, we have two preferences. So let's suppose I want to convert this package. So first of all, I just edit that code and save it. Because whenever you create a payment references, it will not automatically apply to uh, every old trip. Basically, you have to create, you have to edit the code, or either you have to use the new code. Okay, now when I go to the converted stage in the bottom, as you can see here, that payment condition is automatically applied. 40% on the conversion date. So by default, it is selected the today's date, and 60% 5 days before the trip start. So as you can see here, on the 25th of July, the trip get started, and before the 5 day, means on 20th of July, the second installment date is automatically selected. So that's how you can create multiple installments, and it will automatically apply to every, like every trip ID. And with this feature, like you can define the payment rules, payment condition once only, and the system will automatically apply them whenever the package is converted. Okay, so overall, this update help you to standardize payment collection. It will reduce the manual calculation, save the time during the package conversion, and ensure customer always receive the correct payment schedule automatically. All right, now let's move to our next update, which is multi-month report downloads. This update is especially useful for management, sales, and operation teams who are regularly review the data across longer period. Earlier, if you wanted to analyze reports for survival months, you had to download them month by month and combine in the data manually. To solve this, now we have introduced multi-month report download. You can now download the report and covering multiple months in a single request. Since these reports can be large, so the system will automatically send the report to your registered email once it is ready. Now let's see how the multi-month reports download works inside the system. So first of all, in my case, I just downloaded the trip check-in checkout report. So you have to open trip check-in checkout page, and then when you click on the download report section, from here you can select the date range. So we have already given you the some filters. Let's suppose if you wanted to download the last 3 months report. So in that case, you have to just click on that and then just click on done. And after that, just select the columns. We have already giving you the by default two presets. If you want to download the details column, that includes 77 columns inside this report, and if you wanted to just download the overview, that includes 44 columns. So these are the by default two preset that provided by the Sembark team. But if you wanted to download custom columns, that option is also is here available. So you just simply click on the custom columns, select the columns that you require to download, and then save it. Once it is get saved, you can easily download that reports. So when I click on the download, now you will see the system is giving me the notification, and it says the report is being generated and will be sent to your email once it is ready. So usually you will get email in a quick. So let's just wait for a while. Yeah. So as you can see here, I got the email, and with that email, the file is also get attached. So you can download that file from here. So that's how the multi-month report will work. Overall, these updates make report generation faster and provides greater flexibility and when analyzing the business performance and over long periods. Okay, so many organizations have multiple teams members downloading the report every day for a sales, for operation, for accounts and management purposes. However, one common challenge was visibility. As an admin, there is no easy way to know who downloaded a report, which report was downloaded, when the report download happened. To solve this, we have introduced a new module called report activities column. This module provides complete visibility into a report download across your organization. Admin can now see exactly who downloaded a report and when it was downloaded and what filter were used while generating it. Let me show you how this is work inside the system. So for that, you have to go inside the organization and then you have a section here, report activities. So when you click here, so recently, if you know that I have recently downloaded one report, so that logs you will see here. So first of all, the report name is shown you here, then the who downloaded the report, that person details, and their email ID is also available here. And what filter we have used. So in my case, I have used the created between filter, and then when that download happened, so that information is here, and then download type, then download status. And when you click on the three dots, when you click on the details, you can also see all the information like which columns I have downloaded, the time is stamp, IP address, the platform, and the which browser I have used. All these things you can find out here. So overall, these updates give administration much better control and visibility over report uses across the organization. Now let's move to our next update, which is accounting account merge. As the organization grow, it's a quite common for a duplicate account to get created accidentally. For an example, in my case, we have created two ICICI bank account. Over a time, transactions start getting recorded in a different accounts, even though they are belong to a same entity. To solve this challenge, we have now introduced accounting account merge. Okay, so first of all, let me just show you inside the system how this is work. So you have to first go inside the accounts and then just click on a company. Okay, so here you can see we have created two ICICI bank account. One is 7890, another one is 7890. Another one is include the bank name, but the previous one is there is no bank word exists. There is only dash exists. Now let's suppose you want to merge these two accounts. To solve that, we have to just click on these three dots and then you will find one option, merge account. So now you can just simply select the duplicate account. Okay. And then you can select the primary bank account and then just simply merge the account. Once that is merged, you will see only a single account will be available here. Okay, so going forward, all new transaction will be recorded against this primary account only. And it is important to note that this features is only available for manually created company account and employees account. System generated account such as guest accounts, hotel accounts, trip source account, these are cannot be merged. So overall, these updates help organization maintain a clear accounting records. Now let's move to our biggest updates in this webinar, which is CAP metrics pricing sheet system. If you have managing transport pricing inside the system using the CAP cost calculator, you know that updating CAP metrics price not always the easiest process. Earlier, pricing had to be added and maintained manually. While this worked well for a small update, but the cap type, seasons, and pricing variation increase, managing price become more challenging. Let's take an example. Suppose you have a pricing for sedan, Innova, or other vehicles, and each vehicles have a different rates for kilometer charges, driver allowance, night charges, extra kilometers, and other pricing metrics such as water bottles, welcome kit. And on top of that, the prices may have according to the seasons. To solve this challenge, we have now introduced the CAT matrix prices sheet system. These new updates provide an Excel-like experience directly inside the system and now also support CSV uploads. Now let's see how this is work inside the system. So first of all, you will see new update here called data drive. So when you click here, right now there is no data. So first of all, we have to create a folder here. So for that, you have to click on three dots, then click on add matrix sheets. Once you do that, first of all, we have to create a folder name. In my case, I have already set the price for Sri Lanka. So I just simply type Sri Lanka transport data. That's the folder name. Okay. And then you can give a description. I'll just use the same name here. And then you can give the sheet name. So I'll just simply give the year. And then from here, you can select the currencies. So in my case, I'm gonna to calculate all the costing for the transport in LKR for a Sri Lanka. Then we will select the vehicle type from here. So let's suppose we're gonna use the Toyota Hiace, and then these are the all metrics we have. So the first metric is per day vehicle charge, and then we will click on copy icon, select the second matrix, which is extra kilometer. Then third, we have toll and parking charges. The fourth, we have driver allowance. And the last, bottled drinking water. And then you can select the seasons, like from where to where you want to apply this rate. So in my case, I just wanted to start this rate from starting from 1st of June to till December. Okay, you can also give the season name, but that is not necessary. And you can add multiple season in the same go. Now let's first add the rates. So for a per day, we're gonna charge 8,000 LKR. And if my vehicle will be run more than 100 kilometer, then the extra rate will be charged 50 LKR per kilometer. And then we have 2000 LKR for the toll and parking charges. And for the driver allowance, we are giving them 3000. And for the bottles, water bottles, we're going to charge 100 LKR per adult. And then you have to click on upload prices. Once that done, now whenever you're going to create a package using this cap cost calculator, this price will be fetched automatically. Let me show you how this is work. So right now I just click on the one of the package. Okay, so here you have a two choices available. So first of all, you to enable the cap cost price matrix, you have to click on this add price at once option. Once that done, you have to go down, and in the bottom you will see add cumulative prices option. You just have to click on that option and then select the Sri Lanka transport rates and then just save it. Now you will see that rates will reflect here. So these are the our total transportation costing. And okay, so if you wanted to change the rate, that also available from here. Let's suppose for a case, if you want to change the system rate, directly you can change it here. Let's suppose now I wanted to charge 9,000 for a per day. So based on the combinations of the kilometers, it will calculate the rates and it will give you the actual costing. And this is not only save your time, also improve the accuracy for a long-term pricing management. And this is just a beginning. In the future release, the same sheet system we will also extend it for the transport service prices, activities prices, giving you the like basically single management pricing management option across the platform. If you have any question related to the updates covered in this webinar, please feel free to comment down, and or you can reach out to our support team. And thank you so much for taking out time and joining our this webinar, and stay tuned for more updates.